winner's side, and we still have yet to determine the qualificants out of losers. But you got people like Jukane, Sauce, Krugbo, Zamu, Floppy Fail, all vying for a shot at at advancement through the loser's side. This is where things could get dicey. Noodle and Kamex, because you know that they have fought each other's character mains before, but man, it really is one of those things where Kamex. I really don't know how much you can afford to play aggressive, especially when you whiff, because this is the kind of character that can make you hurt really bad if you so mess up.
Exactly. I was about to say that because that's a good thing about DK, right? That, oh, he whipped. I had the opportunity of a lifetime. But at the same time, Kamex has a lot of good opportunities against DK just because he's quick. And DK's a big guy, so there's a lot of moves that could be hitting and putting him on his side. At the moment, 121 saving Noodle at this point.
I mean, it's just one of those things. You're trying to get in on DK and you miss your offensive measure. What do you think is going to happen? It's the same thing as when you try to punch a gorilla in real life. They will kill you. But nonetheless, Kamex, don't punch gorillas, folks. But Kamex is going to take that first stock. Noodle seeding it pretty early. And again, it's just sort of a death by 1,000 cuts sort of measure here for Kamex. And this is sort of what you expect. If you are going to be on offense, you need to do so with your speed and with your aerial prowess. Kamex certainly got that memo and is piling on a full stock advantage, and more so, 3 stocks to 1 now, closing things out with the back air.
Bro, it's that this matchup is not that good for DK, you know? Noodle is already uncomfortable against Kamex. He does not know how to interact right now, so Kamex is just taking advantage of that, getting that trade, and Kamex is still winning that boost, that upper slightly kicking in 125. Good interaction from Noodle, however. Kamex is going outside that DI peak at 77%. Those two. Can Noodle try to bring this game back?
I mean, we're seeing it, we're going to see it happen, but it will take a little bit of, I would say, ingenuity from Noodle. Yeah, I mean, a little bit more of those jab resets, but you need to be getting more off of this. You cannot afford to be taking this ticky-tack damage. Okay. Following up with the Nair, I like that instead of going for the up air right away, because even though this is the shortest ceiling in the competitive stage list, it's not going to be enough to get the KO at that percentage. So you're going to work the Sonic up to 100%, catch him with the Nair hitbox, interestingly enough. But yeah, this is where you find yourself in trouble, because you might be getting up to ledge, but you are really teeing yourself off for a Sonic forward air. Noodle had to know that was coming, but Kamex knew exactly what needed to be done and was able to execute.
I think this is a classic Sonic finishing, right? Because that was a pretty good interaction from him, lovely back here, using that. Noodle was trying to get, that recovery quick, or trying to, bait, or having, a switch around on that recovery, but sadly, Sonic's quick, man. He's still gonna get you, regardless of what you do. So pretty good win on Kamex's side. Having a strong start, putting 12% on Noodle, 27 outside. Ooh, nice grab though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you need to, again, take advantage of when the Sonic messes up. If you are whipping on these opportunities, if you're over pursuing with spin attack, you do have the hitboxes to be able to sort of to evacuate the dance floor, as it were. But it is going to be Kamex saying, hey, you're going to have to get out the disco real fast, because I've got you up to triple digits already, and it doesn't seem like you are all too keen to dance to my rhythm, so you can go ahead and get on out. But is Noodle, marching to the beat of their own drum, and, for someone with a game like Donkey Kong, it kind of makes sense that Noodle would be slamming the ground so hard and watch you clap your hands while you're at it.
Hold up, are we watching Jukane against Noodle, or we're watching Noodle against Kamex? Because we saw this last set when we saw Noodle. Same interaction, and this got him a game-3 comeback. So I'm just saying, all right, Kamex is going to be taking that first time from Noodle, although percentage-wise, Kamex has the lead. That Earthquake is going to be stopping those side Bs from Sonic's side. So let's see if he can try to keep taking advantage of those.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder. I mean, because obviously if you're Kamex, you do benefit quite a bit from your speed. But if you're Noodle, why don't you sort of lean into that? Why don't you slow the game down as well? Because yeah, if you're going to have to rely on these pursuing aerials, you're getting gate kept at ledge. There's no way around that. Kamex has been hitting this far too consistently. You're just presenting too big of a body to really avoid such a thing. So just take advantage and slow the game down. Simplify it. You are a big monkey. You do the funny grab, and then you get the up air. It's a simple game plan, but there's elegance in that, isn't there?
There is, you know, it's more of an art, right? It takes time to master it, but it's really worth it against a character like Sonic, right? That there's so much you can do. But for now, Noodle,
oh my gosh,
stealing that match. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because we're gonna see the same type of comeback that Noodle did last match. I'm not surprised too. I'm just happy that we got to see it.
Obviously, it worked out well for Noodle, especially when you saw how Kamex was taking those stocks. It really did feel like Noodle was being put through it. But yeah, that grab, jump onto the platform, and the up air. 2 stocks taken by that method. You got to think though. I mean, that wasn't just effective. It had to be a little bit cathartic.
It is, but I like how Aqua said on chat, it was an info game. That first match was just info for Noodle to put this game on his back. But this time, last game could be a Kamex info match, you know? He could try to get some info what Noodle could do. Because I think what Kamex needs to do is just stop going all the time to side Bs and try to get some grabs. Because we're seeing Noodle shielding a lot. We're not taking advantage much of those type of situations.
You're absolutely right, and we're seeing now that Noodle is kind of hanging on for dear life in terms of the percentage game. Not quite going to get the KO at 84%, but still getting these straight up air hits. When you're able to get that confirm out of the grab, that's really where you're making your money. So you can connect a little bit more flush with that hitbox and certainly get the KO. I would think that this is the percentage of where you're really looking to do so. But also, yeah, you're building yourself up to damn near full rage, and you're getting that KO. Now Noodle all of a sudden is really cooking gas.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. You keep giving control and percentage to Noodle, and he's just earning those stocks. He's lucky. Kamex is lucky. Those are not going to be hitting. However, 136, 143. Still not taking out that first stock. Yeah, okay, there we go. The same old thing from Sonic. This time it's going to be taking Noodle's first stock.
Yeah, and we were seeing about how, I even saw with the inclination of you saying second stock, you can get really used to saying that, especially when recovery can look like this, but Noodle taking advantage of Kamex going just a little bit too far out and going under the deployed hitboxes. Maybe giving Noodle a new lease on life there, even though it's a low percentage, that could have gotten really dicey for DK.
Oh, still, the match is looking pretty good. Oh, that spin dash is going to be hitting on Noodle. Noodle surviving one more interaction, 95 on him. Still not quite enough to be taking those stocks. But Noodle, we've seen him, once those percentage accumulate, is on his side. That up air is going to be taking Kamex's second stock.
Goodness gracious me. All of a sudden, Noodle, with a full head of steam, 2 stocks in hand, looking to absolutely punish Kamex, and maybe throwing out those that neutral B just a little flippantly, maybe with a hope that Kamex will approach in that moment. It feels a little bit more like a guessing game, but then again, Noodle, maybe this is just setting up for the win condition, right? If you're able to get that grab, one more grab and set up on the platform, and you're basically good. We saw the charge for the up smash. Noodle showing that he's willing to do it, and certainly has been able. Going to get that up smash, not quite enough to get the KO, almost at 100. Noodle whiffing on the grab, the set almost ended there.
I don't know who's more crazy, Noodle or Kamex. At that point, that could have been the game. 166 on Noodle. Noodle getting those up air. I mean, Noodle getting up air. And that's going to be the game right there. Game number 2, best of 5. Best of 5. There's one more game to get. What? They're shaking out. They're shaking out. Best of 5. Best of 5. Oh. No, that's game. Okay, that's game.
Okay,
Never mind.
Yeah, we got it. It's,
that's game.
Kamex just getting a little bit of a confirmation. Noodle taking that set by a score of 2-1. And the thing is, even if it did go on, you get the feeling like that felt decisive. You know, like that felt like Noodle was able to adapt and take full advantage of what Kamex was able to deploy, because we were talking about that at the beginning of the set, right? It did not favor Kamex to be aggressive. Did not favor Kamex to take him to a short stadium, to the short stadium ceiling. But yeah, this is Kamex trying to deploy the offense, trying to move around, trying to befuddle Noodle, and it simply was not working as intended, because you see how Noodle was able to counterplay and really take advantage of what Kamex was deploying, especially midair. Like you said, you cannot whiff in the face of DK, because Noodle will punish you.
And I feel is that Kamex did not play bad. It was just a Noodle experience part. Like, Noodle knew what to do. He adapted real quick on game number 2. He felt very comfortable on any type of interaction with the side piece. I just felt Kamex needed to grab a bit more. He needed to put Noodle very uncomfortable on shielding situations. But yeah, we're not going to see that right now. Hopefully we can try to see a run back on the loser side. Although I have a feeling Noodle is going to be going to that grand final. So let's see how he does on whoever wins from level 6 and Diamond.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting coming up, because you got level 6 and Diamond Ices versus Little Mac potentially going on here. So this is not something that you really look at when you're trying to do your little cheat sheet on commentary. You're not exactly expecting these two to come up in bracket, but nonetheless, again, it's an Arcadian, anything is possible, and it's presents a lot of quirks